All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to clean up 3 pairs of these slip joints. I got these out of a pawn shop a while back, just been sitting. This one it's a little stiff, nothing wrong with it. It's a diamond alloy, which is one of my favorite brands. This is PNC, and of course this is a Channellock brand. Nothing really wrong with it, just it's a newer one because it's got the rivet instead of the nut. This one I'm just going to loosen just a tad. I'm not going to take it apart. I have such a hard time getting these off. Not getting them off per se is putting them back on. And I don't have a lathe where I can cut a new nut. I've got one that I've got to make a nut for that I haven't finished, but I'm just going to clean these up, make them where they slip and adjust real good, because this one, it has a sticking point, and I think it's just the rust. So let's put them on the wire wheel real quick and see what we get. Go from there. This one's got a little grease, a little grime in it. Might be why it's not working very well. It seems to be sticking. Well, that makes a world of difference. You know, I don't understand how people expect tools to keep working forever without doing a little bit of maintenance and cleanup to them once in a while. I mean, these tools don't last. Somebody has to take care of a little bit. I mean, come on. Boy, now it opens and closes like it's supposed to now. It was just the debris built up in there. Now this one opens and closes fine now because of the rust, but I am going to use this little fiber wheel on the Dremel. Got no idea how to work. Not going to get all the rust out because I'm not taking that apart. It's not worth it. Well, these turned out pretty nice actually. Little friction can do wonders. I'll just lightly polish these. These ought to be a pretty good pair now. Sometimes you don't need to do a lot. I go overboard sometimes cleaning these tools and, you know, brighten them up, make them look nice. Sometimes you just need a good used tool and you don't have to, you know, go overboard. Oh yeah. Before they weren't doing that at all. Same way with these. I'm just going to use the Dremel. See the rust in some of that there. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I think I'll just blue these. Might as well. They clean up pretty good. Give them a little protection. Let's clean them off right now. Let's go one thing to another real quick. I'm using carburetor cleaner to clean them. You can use denatured alcohol. I use carburetor cleaner. I have denatured alcohol and I still haven't bought spray bottle for it. It pours out of the can. It sucks when it pours out of the can. Terrible. Plus carburetor cleaner, I keep a case of it at a time because I use it for everything. I clean graffiti with it, clean parts, clean tools. All right, let that sit and dry. Just run these over the buffer real quick. Yeah, let's go see what they look like. I clean my wheel off because do a little bluing. I'm going to use this stuff right here. I've already gone through a full bottle of it already. And I like this stuff. And it doesn't take much. It's cold bluing product. Clean my part real good. Oh, look at the color. Look at that. Look how it takes. I need to fire up the air compressor because I'm going to have to get in between the crevices there. A lot of times I forget to do that. It's not like it's going to hurt anything. See if I missed a spot. Yeah, I missed a few spots. All right, supposed to let it set for 30 seconds and wipe dry. And then go over it with 4/0 steel wool. While I'm waiting, I drank some tea. Sorry. Actually does pretty good. I think I'll just do 2 coats on this. I can see where I missed just a little bit right there. I think a new pair of these sell like, what, 12 bucks now? They're kind of expensive now. Used to be cheap. Well, I say cheap. Used to be inexpensive, but I guess everything's getting expensive anymore. And this stuff turned black. It's going to be a good looking pair of pliers. And all the tiny crevices, that's the problem. The smaller the tool, harder it is to kind of wipe it down and get all the liquid off of it. All right, what I'm going to do with the teeth, I'm just going to use brass brush. Oh man, look, I forgot to blue the end of it. I'm glad I'm going to do 2 coats. All right, now I got a little piece of 4/0 steel wool. I should have dried it off. I just said I need to fire up the air compressor. That's what I get for being focused on one thing and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. The 4/0 steel wool gives it a sheen. It blends the I don't know, it's when you first put it on there and it dries, it's very ugly. I don't know, the bluing, it's kind of uneven. The brass brush does about the same thing the steel wool does, as far as I can tell. It helps me get in places that I've missed. Check that out. Looks pretty good. I'll put another coat on. Boy, that fibers off the steel wool, it goes everywhere. All right, put another coat on, and then I got to do the end of it where I missed it. We'll see what they look like. All right, all I'm going to do now, just clean a little bit the handles and give them a little wax. I like Channellock's product that they use on their handles. Man, lasts forever. You clean it off, it's, you name it, you put on it. Carburetor cleaner, any type of solvent, unless you melt it, stuff, great stuff. Look at the difference. And I do clean mine off every once in a while. If they get dirty, I wipe my tools down when I put them back up. When I'm done using them, I wipe them down. I'm done for the day. They go where they belong. Put them up. Those of you that just chunk them in your boxes or chunk them in a bucket, that's all fine and good if that's how you take care of your tools. But my tools make me money, make me a living, so I take care of my tools. Can't just chunk them. Number one, I buy most of my tools. Very few tools are shop owned. Well, come to think about it, I don't have any shop owned tools. All 3 toolboxes of work are mine. Everything in them are mine. Facility does not own any of my tools. Even my multimeters, and both of them are flukes. These handles look good. Tell you what, while I'm here, let's do this. Little wax. I mean, these are not brand new high dollar tools, but good quality. They'll last a long time. The PNC here is probably, I don't know, 50, maybe 55, 60 years old. They're still good tools. I'm not going to wax the bluing because it hasn't had time to cure out. It needs to set for a few days before I put wax on it. I am going to wax the handles just for the heck of it because I can. Keeps them cleaner. And I really did not do that good of a polish job on these. I wasn't meaning to. I just wanted to kind of clean them up and make them look decent. These diamond alloy, they're older too. These probably, I have to, they could be in the mid-70s, but I venture to say with the horseshoe logo, they're probably older than that since they have the nut on there. So they could be mid-60s. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Quick cleanup of 3 pairs of slip joint. You got the, I don't remember what they call this style, the groove, not the groove, but the slot. And these work great. They're not real loose, but now they effortlessly slide. And they're PNC 1240. USA made. And you can see I didn't do a real good. You can see in spots where it shined up real good, and you can see spots where I missed. And that was the whole intent. I didn't care. I just wanted to clean them up a little bit. You can see some of the spots I miss. You can see the reflection where it good reflecting and then where it doesn't. These, man, they polished up almost instantly as soon as they hit the buffing wheel. And diamond alloy, and let's see, these are HL1B, I think. And these are excellent too, by the way. Work great. And then these are the ones I blued, Channellock. These actually are really nice. These are the kind you stick in your pocket when you need just to carry a pair of pliers around. Just out of curiosity, what I got here? I got a 7, 8, and 9 inch. And I got less. I got 50 cents in one, and I got $1. So I got $2.50 in 3 pairs of slip joint pliers here. And good used tools that I found, flea market and pawn shop. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Good used tools. You just got to look for them. You know, take your time. If you're out driving around somewhere and you happen to go by a thrift store or a pawn shop, or just if you're out on the weekends, make time to go by a flea market. Visit some of these places. Facebook Marketplace, ironically here lately, has had some really awesome deals on it. I turned on a couple of my buddies onto some deals that I found on there, and they were very pleased with what they found. One gentleman bought a box, $150, and it was a 3-drawer toolbox with a middle bottom, a box. He bought the whole thing for $150, and I'll venture to say there's probably well over $1,000 worth of tools in there. And some of them were Blue Point, a lot of Craftsman, some older Williams. There was a lot of good tools in there. So you guys be on the lookout. If you need tools, pick them up. For one thing, these things are getting very expensive. I think the cost of tools has outpaced the cost of food. These things are getting expensive now. So, and remember, if you buy it now, you may not need it now, but 10 years from now, when you need that wrench, it's in your toolbox. And a tool will make you money or save you money. And for those of you that have hobbies, that don't work for a living, using your tools, sometimes you just have to have that certain wrench, and it's nice to have it in the toolbox and not have to drive to town to buy one tool. So anyways, enough blabbing. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Was it worth the time? I think it was. For $2.50, I got 3 absolutely great working wrenches, and nothing wrong with them. A little rust, a little dirt, didn't adjust very well, but once I cleaned them up, there was nothing wrong with them. And the bluing, I actually like the bluing. I kind of, for some reason, the Channellock metal loves taking the bluing. The PNC, I'm sure these are cheaper model, but they still work. They have a little bit of play in them, but I don't care. If you're tying your hose onto your faucet, outside faucet, a tool like this is just, you just gotta have it. I don't care what you try to do, you can never get it tight enough by hand, so it's handy to have. Ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, tell me what you think. Y'all have a good day.